I am a big admirer of Malayalam cinema, and unless you are new to the channel, you would know that. But why am I such a big fan? That's a question asked to me a lot. And my response is, why will I not be a fan? They make amazing films, duh. But I feel that answer is not good enough. So here are 5 reasons why I love Malayalam cinema, and you can let me know yours in the comments below. Now before we get into it, a big disclaimer. All the points I'll be making are very generalized. I've watched around 200 Malayalam films, mostly from the current era, and I've even got a chance to watch some classics. I totally love some of them. I like some, I don't like some, and some I didn't like at all. The points I'm making are based on what I've understood watching these films, the idea I get about the industry from them, and all of them don't apply to every film. They can be exceptions. Now with that taken care of, let's start the list. Number 1, how grounded and real their stories are. Personally, there can be cultural differences, but still the films are very relatable in the minute details, in the way people live. The way that's captured in Malayalam cinema is amazing. And I have noticed that rootedness even in some big commercial films. They don't let that go away. When you're watching the film, you feel like these are real people. These are real places. You believe it and want to live their lives. And the world they create feels as lived in, which is very important. And it reminds me of Satyajit Ray films I have seen. Even those films are very rooted, as if you are transported to that era. And in the earlier days, that's what we used to get. In a way, we were just documenting the society in the films. And then suddenly the rise of escapism happened. Then Bollywood went into NRI space, and slowly everything started to look fake. Now we had a resurgence of small town movies in Bollywood, but now again it has become a formula. And in other industries too, it is a genre. But in Malayalam cinema, every film is rooted. And all of that comes from writing, which takes us to point 2, how writers are respected in Malayalam cinema. Literally, there are films known because of the writers. They are the stars of the film. And that's not just a case now, even in 70s and 80s, which is considered the golden era of Malayalam cinema. And I think a big reason for that is the high literacy rate, how well read the writers are. They are connected to their roots. Some of them even are authors. They've written books. A lot of Malayalam films are based on literary work. Take legendary writers like M.T. Vasudevan Nair, Lohita Das, Padma Rajan, and even the current ones, Jitu Joseph, who's behind the Drishyam series, Shahi Kabir, Shyam Pushkaran. All of them get due credit for their work. They are not just sidelined like some other industries. And I think a big reason why the writing is so good is point number 3, how Malayalam cinema works in limited resources. They are considered a small industry in terms of the revenue they create, but they have proved it time and again that you don't need big budgets to make a good film. Instead of saying we don't have much money, we cannot make good films, they are focusing what is in their hand, which is the writing, the filmmaking. And don't get me wrong, it's not that their films look cheap because they don't have budget. They look outstanding. They are with par with any other film from any other industry. They make rooted films, but they look cinematic. And they find their ways to make it look good. Today you can say the technology is more accessible. There are more resources out there. You don't need to go to a film school. You can just use internet and learn how to make a film. But even back then, some of the classics I have seen, they're outstanding. They're technically flawless. Films made on very tight budget do wonders at the box office. And all that money made is again invested back to make more films. And it's possible to do that because of point number 4, the passion for filmmaking. Making film is just not a money-making machine for them. It's not just a business for them. The corporate culture has not invaded them yet, unlike most big film industries, especially Hollywood, and in some sense even Bollywood. The creative people are in charge of the films. They are taking the decisions. The creative heads are running the industry. And that's a big thing that's taking Malayalam cinema to the next level. I hope they don't lose that. And why that helps is because their goal is to make the best film. They always lean to the creative side instead of the business side of it. They are not just trying to get a big actor, get 2-3 good songs, package them together and put it out so that they can make 100 crores. That's not the goal. Their goal is to make a great film. And the reason that they can sustain to do that is point number 5, how collaborative the makers are. There's such a good camaraderie in the industry. From the directors to writers, the actors, the crew. In a film, there'll be one guy directing, the other guy being DOP, the other guy is an editor, and then they got an actor. And then the next film, the actor will become the producer, the director will be the editor will become the director, then the DOP will become the director will be acting, and they just keep playing these musical chairs. Just that the chairs don't go away. Instead, it keeps adding on. And I'm not just making this up. I got to interact with some of the people from the industry, and I asked these questions to them. And it's really not easy to collaborate, especially with creative people, because they will have differences. They will have different opinions, but that's fine because their intentions are clear. Every one of them want to make a great film. Nobody has ulterior motives. There's no ego clashes happening because their goal is so clear. No one is trying to scam each other, take the credit from one another. They all are just working together. It's the atmosphere they have built, which is so sustainable that they just keep growing and growing. Now in this video, I talked about why Malayalam cinema is advanced than other industries. To know why, you can check it out here. If you like this, hit the thumbs up button, share this with others, and I, Nona Prince, will see you next time.